Hi. The title of my devotion today is Diversity, More Than a Buzzword. And it is taken from Revelation chapter 9, verse 7. And it says, "After this I looked, and there was a great multitude that no one could count, from every nation, from all tribes and peoples and languages, standing before the throne and before the Lamb, robed in white, with palm branches in their hands." When did the word diversity become controversial? Diana Butler Bass, in her book, Christianity for the Rest of Us, gives the example of the Goleta Presbyterian Church in California. With nearly 60 years of history, it has changed in many ways, but remains the same racially. Goleta Presbyterian is not alone. The vast majority of Christian churches struggle with how to embrace the Christian imperative to affirm diversity. This is ironic, because Jesus in the earliest church made a commitment to diversity. Jesus embraced diversity by listening to women, including women of ill repute, women from the wrong ethnic background, and women with health issues that could make him unclean for 7 days. This did not deter him. Jesus rubbed shoulders with tax collectors and other sinners. As the early church was developing, the Apostle Paul nurtured diversity by embracing the Gentiles and inviting them into the church. The early church also accepted the diversity of spiritual practices as well. Christians came to embrace the diversity of acceptable foods, the diversity of acceptable baptismal practices, even the diversity regarding circumcision and the role of glossolalia, speaking in tongues. Diversity of language and ethnic backgrounds were retained. It appears the Christian faith is willing to allow a great deal of diversity. The word diversity is more than just a postmodern buzzword, but a foundation of the biblical tradition of the Christian faith. So why shouldn't we be surprised when the contemporary church celebrates different forms of diversity in its midst? At Westminster, for example, we are active in caring for the immigrant and refugee population in the Des Moines area. We have created a large garden with over 20 different plots where 20 different immigrant and refugee families learn to grow and sell their own produce. We also provide immigrant refugee care by helping families make connections necessary to help them remain legally in our country. Finally, we are making wonderful connections with immigrant and refugee families in their ministry at Monroe Elementary School in our neighborhood. The school serves a large immigrant refugee population. Rather than politicizing diversity or trying to find a faith community where everyone looks, acts, and believes the same, find a church that embraces diversity. We have so much we can learn from each other. Pray for the immigrant refugee community and pray that your congregation can set a meaningful example for love, care, and acceptance. Embracing diversity is the work of Jesus Christ and the work of Christ's church.